Whispers. As I explained in another video, most Asian countries have Asian pirates. 9 out of 10 pirating video games in Asia. So Asian game developers had to create a game for purchases. You can't hire something that's already free. Gotcha. But as Asian developers evolve, Western Japanese developers down on them. Link in the microtransaction model. No shit. So that's kind of a crazy thing to think about, is the way they went about this, doing microtransactions, was to fight against people stealing, right? Like piracy, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a firm believer that if an item or something is reasonably priced and it's available to you, most people don't want to pirate. They will pay what they believe is fair to own the item. It's all about. Not everyone does this, but I like to think that a lot of people have no problem doing this. I think anime is a great example. In every anime you want to watch, there's always on. I don't think you would have a big problem. The problem is about so many times stuff's not there. It's one of 10 different for it's streaming, right? Like Netflix and Disney or whatever. Once you start having, okay, well, I don't need one, I need 5, or I need 6, or I need 7. It's like, well, this one only has it if you're in Canada. Canada to get it in Canada. Once you start creating all these hurdles, right? Or let's say you live in a country, maybe say like Brazil, right? Like say you live in Brazil, and the currency of Brazil is worth less than say USD. In Brazil, that cost is significantly higher, potentially, like up to rent levels for something that in the US is like pricey, but not that bad, right? And it's like, well, now it's almost unobtainable. Realistic, right? So it's like you want that item, but you're not willing to put yourself in such a bad financial place to get it, so you'll pirate it. But like if it wasn't like that, I think it wouldn't be that bad. That's what Thor did with his game, and his sales went up. Yeah, like don't get me wrong. There's always going to be bad actors who will try to worm their way around, right? Maybe they'll VP into one of those areas so they can buy something at a cheaper price, right? Like that can maybe happen as well, right? But I like to think that most people want to get things in the right way. But there's a limit. They don't want to have 19 streaming services and paying for all of them a month just to watch one show. You know what I mean? So that was until Bethesda. I remember there was a celebrity who took a picture with her TV in the background, and she was streaming her laptop using a site that was the official one. And her reason was there's way too many subscription services to pay every single one every single month. I mean, I don't know what's instance, I'm sure people do it differently because if she's a celebrity, I'm assuming it's a French celebrity. People typically do it a little bit differently. There's money and there's just no money. It's like them. It's like an us versus them mentality. Right? You see it happen a lot with public figures. But are they wrong? Is there not like too many? Is it not just back to cable in a lot of ways? Right? You pay a cable package for everything in one. You paid $100 a month. Now you just have a bunch of little streaming services that all pay $120 a month. You know what I'm saying? So that in Oblivion. Stop right there, criminal scum. Now, Oblivion was one of my all-time favorites. I played the crap out of this thing, and I still think it's in my top 10. I mean, the whole that has the NPC dialogue alone should put it in the top 5.
Oh, Oblivion. This is one of my GOAT games.
So did they agree to? Although most players and critics alike loved Oblivion,
GOAT game.
one thing that was hated of them all, harsh armor. This armor was console, $1.99 on PC.
I completely forgot that was it. I don't remember that.
This was when it released was locked. With the right mind, came something like that. Playing.
Yeah, but how to look up Shadow?
What was Bethesda doing? And why set the prices?
I look up Shadow.
The horse armor was odd. What?
calculated. Even though it seemed like a weird thing to do at the time, in Force Armor, but stubborn thing, Bethesda chose small, simple. They were testing games, big or in-game items. There were a couple suits sitting around a table trying to figure out how to make more money off your game. What do you want to
What was that, 18 years ago? Don't tell me that Oblivion was 18 years ago. Don't do that. I don't need that existential crisis right now. I don't need that. How many years ago was Oblivion? March 20th, 2006. Wait, people that were born the year this game came out? Oh, fuck. Pack it up, man. Pack it up.
see how your audience behaves or something simple? You can test different prices and see what people pay on different platforms. Well, just like Double Dragon 3, people were not happy about it. They didn't like what Bethesda was doing. I found this whole forum in 2006 discussing the Force Armor, and there were a few people who were very satisfied about it. Weren't were not. What's even better was that some people were predicting the future based off of Bethesda's behavior.
Immersive? How about a card reader on the side of your TV where you display your debit card where you visit a merchant in game? Come to think of it, fuck you guys. I'm going to the side with these ideas. Twisted. Not seriously. You two need to be starlit, not infect the world with their spawn. Damn, I'm really losing time.
This comment. More immersive?
Oh, telephone's pretty changed.
Positive comment. How about a card reader on the side of your TV where you can swipe your debit card after you visit a merchant in game? How about prepaid Oblivion gift cards? Is that familiar?
Oh no. You know what's funny? I went to Walmart the other day to get some milk and some other stuff, and there was a Fortnite V-Bucks gift card that was sitting on like that counter with like it's like seasonal items like Oreos, seasonal Oreos and shit sitting right there. Somebody picked up the V-Bucks card and they unfortunately put it back. And I was like, they ain't all stuff.
Backlash.
Something was forced in back was V-Bucks.
It's negative feedback.
Mom said no.
It looked like microtransactions were going back in time, things that gamers pushing back. Sadly, the dude from the 2006 forum nailed his prediction. He just didn't realize TVs wouldn't be credit cards, not when the iPhone in an app store would be releasing. Now we all know what the iPhone did to computers. In only 15 years, half the world's population has adopted smartphones. What was once considered a fad is now the primary way to access the internet. I mean, there's a 99% chance that if you're watching this right now, you have a smartphone. You probably are watching this on your phone. So unlike
No,
other
I have a PC gamer.
most of these accessible, also making them practically required for life. When companies saw the potential of the App Store, the possibilities of a credit card already stayed in communities.
Oh, no.
That make up for
You know what's the funny thing about gamers? Gamers kind of transcend different cultures. Like sometimes you make like a movie that's like an American movie, maybe hit America and maybe Europe, right? That doesn't really resonate with like an Asian audience or audience, right? It just doesn't get with the team's personal way it's
you were getting back then, this is how society is. But how gamers are normal, right? With the number of player stats matching close to the same amount of those.
Why would you? I just randomly have flashbacks to that lady in her car that was like, "We need to bully these nerds." I don't know.
Surprising?
No, man.
Because the vast
Sorry.
majority of gamers are on mobile and are playing games like this. I'm not trying to be elitist. I'm not sure that's possible.
I'm sure someone in the comments section would say that.
That's interesting. But what I'm trying to do is separate the types of games. Because the average mobile player is very different from the average PC player. They want different things and are usually very different graphics. The whole industry saw what was happening in the mobile scene and what came after.
Oh no, you guys got phones!
The industry focused on one-time purchase games with an insane amount of value, and now we become dominated with more.
This hurt my soul. I used to play a ridiculous amount of GTA back in the day.
FanDuel customers get $200 in bonus bets if their first $5 bet wins, which leads to sweet grandma holidays. All right, take a celebration of the Quick click your 163-inch diagonal LED video wall installed in under 1 hour. The world's first do-it-yourself video patented quick click technology. You can have your bright, vibrant LED video wall for theater, business, and church installed in no time. No need for expensive installations. That costs thousands. With quick click patented technology, there are no internal wires and cables, no programming. Simply click the panels into each other, lock and wall. Your video wall is ready for you to watch your favorite movie, TV show, video games, graphics, wall, and of course, the big game. Get your massive 163 inches or 136 inches video wall only at QuickClickLED.com. Simple, fast, and simple.
When I played Xbox, I loved GTA. Genuinely was one of my favorite games. My friends and I would always play it. Loved it. I remember grinding on heists and grinding all this stuff, but you could never keep up. Even though I played so many hours, you could never keep up. And every once in a while, you get Microsoft points from your parents for Christmas or birthday or something. Buy a shark card because it was the only way to keep up. It's the power of the like it's like the insurgent. Having the insurgent or having the armored Kuruma for like the missions. You could farm more missions. Like you had like, okay, I'll buy a shark card so we can get the armored Kuruma. So we can do more of the missions and make more money through the heists. And when you do the heists and you're farming, it's just not enough. Because then they nerfed eventually. They nerfed the heists. And so eventually in online play, then you needed the insurgents to not explode after one rocket, and then after a while, then you have the Hydra. It's like, okay, now you need the Hydra jets. It's like, okay, all right, well then you got that. And it's like, okay, now there's home missiles. Okay, now you need the home missiles, you need home missiles. And then the truck, you have the truck that you could carry around, like the local fortress with like the turret on it. And eventually the annihilators and the fucking bikes. You need the bikes to keep up. You know what I mean? It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. You had to keep farming to keep up. So every once in a while, you'd have to buy a shark card to keep up with everyone else. Oh, man.
Trying to make these flashy UI, in-your-face microtransactions, generic characters to reach broad audience. It's very well-esque games. It makes sense when you look at the money trail. This is how much money the mobile industry makes on average per year. This is how much console PC makes. Look at the
and the consoles down here. It's like pretty much just Nintendo, I think. Maybe Steam Deck too. And then home consoles had its big spike with COVID, coming back down. PC gamers are eternal, slowly climbing up the ladder. Mobile gaming owns us all.
It's crazy. If you're a game studio making hits like StarCraft 2, and you see a game like Candy Crush blowing you out of the water at the same time, or digital.
Oh, the classic one WoW mount made more than all of StarCraft. Yep, it's literally pulled up at the exact same time I wanted to say it.
Get a little annoyed too to start targeting a broad audience. Because Oblivion was onto something with that horse armor. They were just a few years too early. All of this, it didn't have to be this way. Home games didn't start out as gambling disguised as monopoly, as cartoon copycats or paid systems with a gaming UI milking us for all we have. Most of them adopted the purchase model similar to consoles with quality games that focused on fun. You guys remember Angry Birds?
Oh, I love Angry Birds.
This game came out 99 cents. There was no buy this bird to help you beat the next level. No ad every time you fail. You just played it until you got bored or until it was your time to see the next. But as companies like Nexon pushed the microtransaction model forward, shifting the mobile industry to in-game purchases, other developers took notice of the money pouring in. When FIFA 09 added Ultimate Team Player Packs, everything changed.
Oh,
what should have been just a fun feature.
Fun fact, one of my friends when I was like 14, oh, sorry, not 14, it was like 2013, 2014 maybe, we used to play Madden Ultimate Team all the time, and I kind of beat his ass. One day, took his mom's credit card, and he just literally spent like $5,000, and built a 99 overall team, and then told his mom that his account got stolen. So like they called the company and like got the card, it was like word is fraud and all this other stuff, and his account could never purchase anything ever again, but he still had a 99 overall team, and so he just farmed that team and just played the fuck out of the 99 overall team. Literally beat everybody, and I couldn't beat him because we just sent receivers on just streets, and just outrun everybody. It was crazy.
Instead,
it was literally kind of win.
For those that don't know how Ultimate Team works, Basically, it's a secondary game mode in FIFA where you build teams by opening random cards from.
They got a refund. They got a refund. That's the credit card got. They marked it as fraud and all that stuff. You got to keep all the cards.
Frank
You stole it. And I was like, oh, I don't know what happened.
cards, but most of the time, the buy a pack and help people something good. At release in 2009, it really just was a small optional part of the game. But like Bethesda testing horse armor, EA was testing boxes. Sadly, they realized they
Oh man.
money we gave them more and way more money than expected. Players didn't push back like they did in the past. Pretty soon after, the rest of the industry followed suit. Practically every game from the AAA studio in the following years had bugs. Features that were once expected in the base
Oh
game.
god.
You've heard this. So hold it up high. Because at the end of the day, every single round, if you fight, this is your reward. Fidelity, mark of the fight.
Overwatch.
Wanted that incredible skin or badge.
You know what's funny is Overwatch was one of the ones that was originally first criticized so hard, and now, years later, everybody like wants them back, and they were really good.
Doing Modern Warfare 2.
They went crazy.
You have one option. You're playing for hours to unlock certain cosmetics. But not anymore. If you want that cool skin caught, just buy a loot box.
Wait, is this Advanced Warfare?
The cosmetics change from this
I feel like that's Advanced Warfare.
to rarity and dollar signs. If someone has some rare skin now, it probably means they just bought it or found out skins still make turn heads like they did in the 2000s. Not because the player did something special like Halo or Legendary, it's the monetary value associated with the skin. Loot boxes got so
I have this weird prediction, but typically it takes years for the public to come behind something. Like typically outrage starts with people. Years later, everyone else kind of clears everything. Like if something's bad enough, like it takes people a long time. I feel like in the next 10 years, people are going to experience skin. What by that I mean is like every game out there is chasing the last service model, they're chasing collabs, they're chasing whatever, right? And it's like at some point people are going to finally realize that the skins don't make you play any better. They don't actually do anything. Like in Overwatch, right? Let's talk about Overwatch for a second. I've always argued that Overwatch skins are some of the best in the game. However, they're a little bit less valuable than say Valorant skins. Valorant, you're always looking at the skin, it does cool things, whatever. But in Overwatch, sometimes it's audio, so like everyone around you see it. You see like their hand and the weapon, but then that's it, right? And then you see the portrait, but you don't ever actually get to see your skin. It's only the enemy gets to see. To me, it's always been like a little bit less valuable, right? But you don't need to see these. If you take skins like Overwatch, actually, there's a lot less content that you would think. But to most people, they love this, love it, they love it. For how many years can you love it doing? You know, like at some point, after so many years of so many games, right? Like, you know, let's say you want to watch it, you want to, I don't know, if Apex 2 comes out, right? You play Apex 2 for a couple of years. It's like then you start to get fatigued, and then Fortnite 2 comes out. You know, like I'm just saying, like, some other game, right? Like, I'm going to use these as an example just for talking points. And then you play that game, and you spend a bunch of money, and then you get tired of it. It's like, then you've spent like 10 plus years playing these games, buying all these skins. If you look back, you go to play the games again. It's like, damn, I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on these items that I never even use anymore. It didn't make my experience any better. All I did was look at it and was like, wow, that's great. And I think at some point, especially like the older crowd who is the ones with this money, might start to experience fatigue and just go, I don't really enjoy this so much anymore. Towards like some things today, that ends up being more the case. Like for example, esports. Like people used to find being good in video games is such an impressive thing. Now you're a sweat. Now you're kind of annoying. It's like the culture should change just so by like 2010s that they ended up, and that's something that people only complained about 4 or 5 years ago. People just say skill issue, like you just suck, get better at the game. But it's more more common now. You go, yeah, these sweats are ruining these games. You know, it's like it takes years. And it takes years. Realize it starts to come around. Maybe microtransactions had finally met their match. Maybe the government would ban it for good. How games should be. So with the fall of loot boxes, microtransactions found a new way to trick people into spending money. Battle passes. Loot boxes, long lost brother. Make us become best friends, yeah.
Although battle passes seem less manipulative, aren't much better. As humans, we have a psychological nature about unfinished tasks. Once our brain receives information, it stores it in sensory memory for a very brief time. But when a task isn't complete, our brain constantly rehearses it to keep the information active. That is what creates the underlying cognitive tension. Battle passes exploit this part of our nature.
You want to finish the battle pass? It's also that's like, hey, I spent money on this thing, right? Like I spent money on it, I want to finish it, right?
There's a timeline on it, so your brain prioritizes it. Can't finish it in time? That's okay. You can just pay for it. Remember, the socially accepted way of getting should be paying. It makes the battle passes. Then you now feel that if you don't pay, playing the game is a chore. Battle passes make you feel obligated, stressed to finish them because of your internal wiring. Your brain telling you to check that box, which then causes you to spend money to finish the task, get that antidote. This is why everything has a battle pass now. Why EA was happy to jump on this gravy train with Apex, loot box trend was physically now. Fortnite is probably the most egregious with all of their story durations.
Not me wanting to upgrade my COD with all edition for the skins. Anyone playing games like want anything on it. The only way you can get it is by buying. I mean, so it's like yeah. I mean, like it's like what do? You deprive yourself of the thing you want because you have to spend money for it, or do you spend the money for it? And it's like you're an adult and you know you can pay for all your bills and like get by. Let's say you don't go out drinking. Let's say you don't go out spending money every weekend. You don't gamble. You friends maybe for dinner every once in a couple weeks. You don't spend a whole lot of money. Like spending a couple bucks on yourself to have something nice at home where you can, during your hobby of playing games can be easily rationalized.
They've tried all the microtransaction models. If they care that the FTC slapped them with a $245 million fine when they make billions every year off these microtransactions, no matter what happens, no matter the changes in the iterations we go through, whether it be buying skins, loot boxes, or battle passes, there'll always be a new model. It seems like microtransactions aren't.
That's not my pasta. Hey, Timothy, it's not my problem. That's not my pasta problem. Problem. Yeah. That's not my problem. Yeah. Hey. Honestly, forgot what we were doing. That's not my problem. It just feels lazy. Like I'm a good actor. I just think it has this lame here all the time. Like it's like a little cinnamon bun action, but it's a wrap. Great weekend. Not a wrap. Not a weekend. Hey, Timothy. It's the Monday. Oh, thanks. I'll chill. Do whatever you want. We replace you. It's not my problem. Yes.
Going in. And when you look at the bigger picture, it makes sense. AAA studios can't give up.
Also, 2023 half year income statement. I don't know if it's the same one they showed earlier. It is. It is the same one. I didn't realize it was Blizzard though. I didn't actually see to take a look. That's actually insane. And you know what's funny? Sales and marketing is only 13% of their spend. That's wild.
Microtransactions. Imagine if a company like Activision Blizzard dropped microtransactions when it makes up 75% of their revenue. We would have a similar outcome to what happened in China when they tried banning most of these transactions.
They lost $43 billion in market value when China announced brand new gaming practices. Again, $43 billion is what Elon Musk spent on Twitter. They lost the full Twitter in a blink of an eye.
What's wild is that Activision sells
Lifetime unit sales generated by COD series worldwide as of June 2022. Lifetime sales in billions of units.
Call of Duty for full price. Tens of millions of people.
Look at this jump right here. There's no 2020, but look at this fucking jump. That's crazy. It's
Billions selling their games for $60 a pop. And yet they still have to depend on in-game purchases for the majority of their revenue. For context, Activision Blizzard made $8.7 billion last year, if we use their half-year income statement as a representative, which means they made $6.4 billion off in-game purchases in that 1 year. The other $2.3 billion was game sales. So here's the microtransactions because they manipulate our behavior to buy. And companies can't quit.
Tencent net needs to lose $80 billion in value as China announces new rules limit game spending.
The revenue.
You know, hey, listen, China does not dumb shit, but sometimes they kind of hit pretty good at the game.
Stock valuation.
Kind of.
This is modern gaming. Microtransactions are why video games are worth more than the movie and music industry combined, and why we can't go back to one-time purchase games. A shift was made years ago.
I mean, think about it. Like, when you think about it, just like contextualize, inflation the last 15 years. The price of games has always been $60 until recently. We started seeing the 70. Don't forget quadruple A games. Don't forget about that. Up until then, it was still $60 until somewhat recently, right? It's been that way since I was a kid. How many other things the prices stayed $60 for 15 years, right? If it had, I feel like the other option would be to raise the price of the base game by double, $120, probably, yeah. But people wouldn't do that. People would go crazy. You can't double the net price of something overnight over fucking bananas.
A subtle shift.
So this is the way they do it.
We as players,
And maybe that's why they're also upping the price to 70, to 80. The difference is they're not going to cut back on the microtransactions. They're going to keep the microtransactions. They're just going to bump up the bottom end.
push back like we did with Double Dragon 3.
So there's
I
double
don't
dip.
understand this shit to understand the future of gaming. Because I know most of you are thinking, these companies and these executives that are evil and that suck, the video game industry is going to hell in a handbasket, right? I've seen so many videos, I've seen posts, but most of these companies are not evil. But they aren't run by bad people.
I was going to say, there's definitely one.
So, but
Okay, so there's some. Okay, I was going to say, one.
run by bad people. There are some, but most of the time these are good people running these companies and developing these games. But they just don't care about video games. They probably come from a different world. At least the executives. It sounds odd
Executives, for sure.
compared to everything that I've been saying.
Whenever I said this in Overwatch, people always begin with fucking show. I'm like, the devs who design your game, love it. The people at the top don't know shit about it. You probably can ask them a question about Overwatch, like, which characters have a shield? They wouldn't be able to answer it. I put good money that there are people at like the executive level of Overwatch. I could go in and I could ask them the question, which heroes have shields? Not just like shield health, which is a little bit of a trick question. You know what I mean? Like actual shields, like shield, bubble. I could ask them that question. I think there's at least a few that wouldn't be able to answer
We need
it.
to understand what is actually happening. That change. Right? So let me break this down. Let me help you understand what is actually happening in the story. I was talking to a friend of mine a few weeks ago. Great guy. A founder of a tech company worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Absolutely, it's a wild success story, and I'm a chump compared to him. But what's interesting is when I told him about Nitty, I told him about all these great games out there, which just need a little attention, a little money, a little love to be great. He interpreted this information with that software CEO mindset, with that software CEO lens. Remember, he's not a gamer. He does not understand the video game industry and all its complexity like we do. But he is familiar with mobile games and Fortnite. How they, like most
Every exec knows Fortnite inside and out because it prints money,
So
and everyone should.
Auto.com.
This is the money.
Indie games, his mind immediately went to this thought. Imagine if we could find these great little games, monetize them like Fortnite. We can constantly push out new stuff into the game, like skins. We can make payment for these items frictionless so that they make emotional purchases, and then move on to the next game and do it again. Sounds really bad, for sure. And I'm paraphrasing what he said. We chatted for a few hours. This was, in essence, what he was saying, and in his mind, it wasn't from a bad place. It is the way. This mentality comes from a software investment world. And I know it well, because I was a part of this world.
Oh shit!
I remember pitching to a group of investors with a net worth of
If you've been here a long time, you've heard me tell stories from when I worked for corporate. That's how I kind of know what I'm doing.
this crazy office garage. I remember running through it. And
Oh my
goes on
god!
Ferrari.
And up to flex their shit. That's like the whole point of buying it. It's just so you can flex it.
Love my janky little full-on CRV with a
This is
missing.
why I like my truck. I have a very nice truck. You know what you're looking for. You know what I have. Compliment. I'm like, oh shit, that's awesome. But I have because it goes fast, it goes far, it's nice, I enjoy it. It's not flashy. You know, like you get yellow, you get red, all these racing stripes, it's solid jet black. That's it. Don't have to be flashy. Don't care. The Bobby Wolf, they do care.
Like, let's just say I did not fit in. But my company at the time was growing. I needed money. So I went. I pitched. My product was simple. It was this little software solution that my buddy and I built to help some students who were deaf. Didn't have huge revenue potential, but it did a lot of good. Always been passionate about companies solving economic problems.
Didn't have a lot of revenue potential.
Thanks to that mentality, I had won a bunch of competitions. I made a few sales with other passionate people in the school system who cared. So while I was at this event, I pitched with this passion. I knew investors heard me out and were sympathetic. But in the end, it didn't get any investment. It just wasn't system. Companies that got millions of investment at this event were the ones with huge market potential. And it makes sense. Investors want their money back. Right? The only way that that happens is if the company grows a lot and then is bought by someone else, or if the company goes public. The only way the investor gets money back. And if you go public, you now just have different investors, which are shareholders. What do they want? Same thing. They want more growth, so that they have more money. Right? So it's this never-ending cycle. And this growth cycle combined with investors and business individuals treating video games like software is why we're in this predicament. All the focus, all the investment in gaming is going towards people making games with manipulative microtransactions. Where the money is. So it's where the interest is. Basically, the people that are best at growing companies and the models that have the highest revenue potential are being prioritized over the one-time purchase games made by small, passionate teams of games.
Yeah, but then they're invested in it, and it's like, oh, it's only a few bucks. I've already put so many hours into it. I'm getting my money's worth. Isn't that right?
Which is why we don't see a lot of investment in passionate teams. We need this to change. People push back, not aggressively, attack these big studios. Don't be those guys. Instead of avoid paying for microtransactions, continue to localize what you don't like. Just like gamers did in the past. And if you're a developer, make sure every team member you hire is passionate about what you are making. This includes investors and publishers. Be smart about who you work with and who you work on. It seems to be the biggest reason for the downfall of many.
Yeah, wasn't a story. That book that got written, it seemed like they brought in more people that were more corporate, more profit focused, and pushed out the people that were creative and player focused.
Not truly caring if was good for the product. Lastly, we need to change our perspective on gaming monetization. Microtransactions at its base isn't bad. League of Legends at release selling skin was great. Allowed Riot to give their game away for free, give players the option to pay for what they care about. However, over monetization and manipulative practices are the problem. Using human psychology to trick people, young and old, to pay for something they don't truly want or need is the problem. It's what's damaging the gaming scene by so many people.
Have examples of those.
This
other than like why I get examples of amazing because like the price tag or you put coins later, you know, or you're spending coins, like you're only spending coins, so it's not a big deal. Like it's different than a price tag, right? Is that
you want to fight this issue of the market fight.
kind of like the route in the first place?
My hope is to bring back fun in gaming, the human in it. I want to help people understand the good and the bad of the industry, also helping developers find success, which is why I launched a separate channel just for indie devs. The best high-end studios aren't those that make you buy through manipulation, but those that persuade you to buy because your game is just so damn good. We need gamers leaving game companies. We need to get the love and investment they deserve from investors who aren't focused on manipulative microtransactions. And we need these small studios to replace the bloated meetings of the past.
So my concern is that we've allowed the cost of production to get so tremendous that new, creative, quirky, strange, unusual games are finding it more difficult to get publishing deals and get developed on.
Because why risk investment? Why risk time in something that might not work when you can just do something that's tried and true and make more money on it?
Why our sponsor goes to indie developers?
Wow, that's really
I'm a lot right now. People we can't help indie succeed. It makes it brilliant. They sponsor
yeah.
developers.
That's kind of a W. You know, I normally skip ads, but I'm going to let them run.
$100, thousands more to developers around the world. Well, what's more amazing about Brilliant, aside from helping us fund indie devs, is they want to help educate devs as well. I've been using Brilliant for the past month, taking the designing programs course. I already feel like my gaming skills are getting better. Brilliant is a learning platform designed with first principles.
I'm glad they have such a nice
inspired
goal. So it sounds like they know exactly what they want to do.
Every lesson is filled with hands-on problem solving. The method is proved to be 6 times more effective than just watching lecture videos. Plus, all the content on Brilliant is crafted by award-winning teachers.
No, my controller messed.
Learning doesn't just take much. Just 20 minutes every day. It's the opposite of mindless schooling.
Yeah, heart's in the right place. Heart's in the right place.
You can try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days. Click on the link below in the description or scan the QR code that's on screen right now. Also, you get 50% off annual subscription. Thanks again, Brilliant, for helping us and devs like Job succeed. Make sure you go check out Brilliant. They really are great. Make sure you check out Job's game. Dante's not just about just game. Go with us. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you. Peace.
All right, really good video there. To go take a look. And starting off with the EA exec thing, man, I forgot about that one. That's a fucking good one. But yeah, I kind of do it the same small bit. Actually, a lot of it's like I've been saying the last like couple of years. The more stuff to play, although I don't actually the types, like the objects. You know, you can't really, they will deal with always. So it's not really trying to go evil, it's just to be running parallel with them as your own separate.
The future you build for the ones you love starts with the choices you make today. Choices now to act on your love. Connect with an agent who can help you reach your financial goals.
The worst Elden Ring hot takes. Let's find out about this. It's always a great feeling, something you adore. It's getting the attention and love you believe it deserves. For me, that's been Elden Ring. The community around this game has been nothing short of spectacular in my entire years. People are making art, meaningless memes that get upwards of 10,000 likes on Twitter and Reddit. Someone over 1 million subscribers on such a short period of time. And it's just people else say community creations and videos being made on YouTube. It's right across all platforms. Most of us playing and engaging with Elden Ring have been having the time of our lives. It's a good help. The reason I bring that up is because people are super jealous today. You're 100% sincere when I say sarcasm. The Elden Ring can suck my external friend. So you know this can happen. Your opinions can't ruin something as personal as Elden Ring. So instead, a lot of people just kind of flail about making incoherent rants in the vein of that Miyazaki would have easy mode at some point. That's right. We're going to be looking at what's Elden Ring takes in town. Okay, let's finish this class and take a swig every time I show you something stupid. Or all that. About to poison myself with a variety of different hot sauces. Now, you might be saying, that's kind of random. This isn't Raid Shadow Edge, it's not doing it. What the fuck is wrong with this monster of today's video? But okay. See, I knew it was coming. You know, how it's shipped out. Do you keep it, swap it for another, or ship them up at no cost? $3 has a $70 retail value, but only costs $49. So privately, the donkey house personalized based on your preferences and answers to the quiz. I picked up the hot sauce and coffee bundle, but the hot stuff, these like kind of like mystery box systems, I think they're actually pretty cool. I do. I thought about ordering on screen, but I feel like it would be like blue boxes. Yeah, I shit. Yeah, I think they're a cool idea. I thought they're kind of scummy. Really, I think they're so many more. So what are you waiting for? Order your own box of goodies from Bespoke. And use the code X20. I'll get you 20% off your first box. Thank you, Bespoke. Bespoke only $5. I fixed it look most of what the screen has said about Elden Ring. At least people were from Ubisoft and Xanax Software. The fact that Elden Ring scored a 97 Metacritic is proof that reviewers out there about game user experience. I like it a lot. PC graphics, much design, really. Now, what these people are really saying is, I'm jealous of From Software's success because it overshadows my own. I am insecure in questioning my career and design choices. Hey, genius, maybe somebody's just better at making video games than you. Maybe there's thousands of people better at making videos than me. Let's just be happy for them. Why is it so hard? Comparison is the thief of joy. Wait, your reviewer? I think it's also like, it's worse than that. Because they're trying to rationalize why people aren't looking at them the same way. Because it's one thing if you're trying to just, like always say like, oh, I'm mad because other people are doing it better than me, right? But they're trying to like tear other people down, like figure out reasons why it's bad. I think that's what it is. It's trying to bring you down. Yeah, exactly. Don't care about PC graphics. And we've been playing the same game. Nobody cares about graphics, guys. UX also stands for user experience, and like, isn't a review about the user's experience with the game? No. I mean, is it like? It hurt itself in this confusion. These developer tweets are like way out of left field because most devs on Twitter celebrate each other's success. Luckily, the memes that came out of this were just. Well, I think the reason why people weren't celebrating, the reason why developers felt the need to defend themselves is because most of the people talking about why Elden Ring was so good is because it was better than their games, right? It's like this Elden Ring is good because it's not like what you're doing. So of course they took that personally. And by the way, no, you're actually right. Players don't give a fuck about graphics, and here, let me fucking prove it to you. Give me a second. People do not give a fuck about graphics because graphics are irrelevant in a good game. It doesn't matter. Look at Vampire Survivors. Look at CSGO. Look at Minecraft. You think people care about graphics? Get the fuck out of here. Graphics are great if they're good, and if they're not good, it doesn't matter if the game is. Sure. Allow me to play you a brief but powerful slideshow. Okay. Okay to dislike a video game that I like. It's okay to enjoy something that I do not. No, it's not always goes without saying. What I care about is if your reasons are good. Unlike this next guy who posted one of the worst Elden Ring reviews I've ever seen. Yeah. Because this game's I've never would be what he said. You can tell someone's angry when they're just like shaking the fucking game occasionally in the video. Yeah, like, that's the video.
I was going to do a video on it. This is it. This is the video. It's going to be a quick upload.
So let's summarize this guy's very brief experience with Elden Ring and examine the reasons why he thinks it's trash. Okay, all right. Coming up the heels of my Elden Ring sucks video because the game does suck. It's a terrible, terrible design.
Elden Ring is bad because it doesn't follow. Elden Ring is bad because it sucks. Well, why does it suck? Because it's bad. Duh. What the fuck did you expect? Yeah, obviously. I mean, come on. Game design principles. And no, I won't elaborate on what I think those are. Oh man, it's up to your imagination, not mine.
I got the beginning of the game plan. So I get to that guy with the mask. He kills me.
So you were right.
To be fair, I think that going to a site of grace should maybe reset if certain NPCs are hostile towards you. I think maybe that would be fair. Maybe that would be an improvement. But it's not a big deal. By the way, you accidentally don't you have to do this like 3 times as absolution for that? Yeah, people don't know that, right? It's like it just restart. Yeah, he's already spent 6 minutes in the game, guys. He can't restart now. He's locked in. So this is what happened. I do think that, like, to a degree, and I might disagree with a lot of you guys in there, I do think that having these pitfalls in games does not do the game any favors. I really don't think so. I think that there's a very fine line between something being challenging and punishing. And I don't think that having pitfalls like this make the game better. But it is fun.
It is absolutely fucking funny. I'm grave and immediately attacked the first non-hostile NPC. So you must have ignored the talk button at the bottom of the screen when you walked up and hit him more than once. Non-threatening pose and lack of wielding any kind of weapon.
I respawn right.
To be fair, I did hit one of the NPCs accidentally once too.
He kills me. Respawn. He kills me.
You didn't attack him on accident because he takes at least 3 hits to trigger aggro, and I tested this. He even...
Oh, man. Like, isn't that just sad?
Sad.
The gravity of this choice. Oh, ah.
A tale is told of a star that fell in the days when men were hair-covered brutes roaming the earth. This shard of celestial steel was unlike anything early man had ever encountered. And from those 5 fortuitous stainless steel blades came the world's first smooth, silky shave. And it was in that moment manliness burst into existence. This blade charged forward through the ages of steel and dragon fire, where conquerors slew tyrants, founding fathers revolted, and as men's reins were tamed, so they tamed the wild frontier. Also, Steve used it to get a good shave, and he's a pretty solid guy. But often breeds enemies, so while a bearded philosopher despised the blade for its glorious manly freedom, this enemy of clean shaves bore the razor to a fiery peak, and candidly, the blade was gone. A dark age of unmanliness ensued, an age of men wearing buns, drinking vegan milkshakes, and wearing really tight pants and acting like a bunch of crybaby commies. Until one day, the great archaeologist and CEO Jeremy Boring went on a dangerous quest in which many before had perished. Through seas, mountains, and deepest catacombs, he found the blade still sharp as starlight. His mission was to restore the blade to mankind, and thereby restore manliness.
Mind Racer makes you as manly as the actual greatest men in all of human history. I guarantee it will. The most dramatic way that I be as manly as Steve.
Jeremy's razors, carve out your legacy.
At Cox Mobile, we know you need reliable cell service that goes wherever you do. That's why we run on the network with more nationwide coverage than T-Mobile. Price you love. So you can share your adventures from anywhere.
You ignored this dialogue. He straight up like,
Are you sure you want to continue attacking me? Yes, you do. All right. Gonna have to teach you a lesson.
Respawn, find to get away. See this big thing, horse, minotaur looking thing kill everyone. All right. Respawn right in front of the guy. I'm like,
I would take so much to watch that playthrough. Oh my god, I would want to see that so much. Like, wow, that would be so fucking funny, man. That would be hilarious.
how is this fun?
So you die to this guy a few more times before figuring out how to run away, and then you run straight towards the giant fuck-off golden knight on a horse. And I'm surprised that he's up. I know he's doing a recreation.
My guy decides to just start swinging wildly.
So, tell me you're not making this video without knowing how to log on. I've never seen someone invalidate their ability. Like what he did, he probably didn't go to the tutorial. He ran right into the game and started attacking the first guy he saw. The guy went hostile and he lost. That's what happened. Like 100%. That's what happened. It is as a game critic so effortlessly. So we can assume that he ignored everything in the tutorial because the tutorial teaches you how to log on. He couldn't even Google this like, there's supposed to be a lock on system. Consult Dr. Google. That's the button.
Supposed to be a lock on system. My guy decides to just start swinging wildly. Lock on and start swinging. The guy moves and he goes wildly. What people say?
Press in on the right stick. Don't attack that guy. Sneak past the big horse.
And knowing is after that.
Like, you can't just ignore literally everything the game is trying to tell you and then blame the game. Like, how does on his shelves not understand the concept of a non-hostile NPC?
These games are there are people that like it. But this game is not 10 out of 10. Nowhere near even into wild.
True. For the 10 minutes in, make it 9 and just don't attack him. But no, I would love to watch a playthrough of some of these people. Like, for every person that says the game is bad, I want to see how they played the game. Because, as I said, I do think that, like, that early into the game where you can make mistakes and irreversibly fuck your character or set yourself bad, I think, yeah, probably not good, right? But that's the way they make these games. They make these games this way, and that's part of the appeal to them. So it's like, well, it's like, yeah, I think this is not ideal, but this is the way these games are made. He gave up right there. Like, imagine posting a review without even killing a single enemy in a Souls game or learning how to log on. Yes, this is it. This is his review of the game.
Yeah. This is the wretched thing in terms of accessibility and gameplay and just.
He must have been sitting there just like, why did that guy I stabbed start swinging back? Could you imagine inviting this guy over to play Smash Bros. And he's like, why are you attacking me? It's a fighting game. I'm going to show you the cherry on the cake. The piece de resistance to cap off this video.
This is not a good game. It is not a 10 out of 10. Not even if you want to. I can't wait for
And, bro, I'm so tired of this shit.
I can't wait for
I am so tired of this shit, bro. Where these critics rated an 87, but the users rated a 1.9. I am so tired of this. Like, if all of the critics are rating it an 87 and the users are rating it an 8.9, who the fuck is listening to the critics? Because obviously the critics have no impact on the way that people look at the game, because if they did, it wouldn't be a 1.9. And it's obvious that they don't understand the way people think, because it's a 1.9 and they're an 8.7. How the fuck does this work? It's crazy, man. Like, I just, like, I really mean this. Never listen to anybody's review of a game if it's not at least a 30-minute video. Like, if you watch a review of a game and the review video is 6 minutes, it's a shit review. It's a shit review.
like, and go and, like, it's fixed now, that's good. For sure. But, like, watch the whole fucking thing. Donkey?
And next up on the Elden Ring Clown Show is a rabbit hole I can't be bothered to jump into. Apparently, this guy, Quantum TV, made an Elden Ring review that he later deleted. People saw it was filled with terrible takes and made fun of it, like you do on the internet. Yet one of these videos happened to be from a 17-year-old British guy named Mischief, and his response video triggered Quantum TV so far off the edge that he threatened to copyright strike a minor in a different country for criticizing him. This also led to a bunch of other YouTubers picking up the story, which led to him.
Thank God. Well, hey, probably by his own definitions, he created a better story than Elden Ring. How about that? That's great. Take this video down and remake it with all the stolen footage without my likeness in your thumbnail. I own the sole copyright to the Quantum TV brand and all of its imagery assets. If stolen content will result in a takedown. I've already formally filed against you, but I don't want to copyright strike you. I just want my assets removed. I don't mind criticism, just don't go stealing my videos from my channel. What a pussy. What a fucking pussy. Oh my God.
This also led to a bunch of other YouTubers, and you're just being threatened with copyright strikes. It's such like
Not this here. I mean, to be fair, 17 years old. You know what I was doing when I was 17 years old? We would ring people's doorbells and then run away and then record it, the reactions. And I also would go in the backyard and blow up tater tots with fireworks. Dumb bitch, yep, there it is. And that's at 17. Well, I was doing that really more like 15 or so. But like, you know, we did the same. At 17, yeah, we did that more like 15. But it's close enough.
didn't move to do. So give that guy some support, all right?
Today I'll be giving you guys a review of Elden Ring. Essentially, I'll buy this game. The name of the game should not be called Elden Ring. The name of the game should be called You Die. Again.
I suppose if you never get good, then yeah, you'll keep dying.
Because that's all you're really going to spend most of your time doing. You're going to die because the game has no easy difficulty. The difficulty spikes when you get to certain.
Again, people that just don't understand the game. It's not even about get good. You understand that? Like, it's not about get good. The only boss that I think, there's a handful of bosses that I think have cheap difficulty. I think people think Melania is really good because it's really hard. I think the fight generally sucks. The waterfowl ability generally sucks. All of the other abilities I think are fucking great. I just don't like the fact that like that one ability is like it's like a pass fail mechanic, and if you can't beat this, you can't beat the boss. If you can't beat it, you can't beat the boss. It's like okay, right? It's kind of dumb. I don't like that. However, every other boss pretty much. Again, I just want to go back. Where is this? Let's go back. Just a minute.
Today I'll be giving you guys a review of Elden Ring. Essentially, I'll buy this game. The name of the game should not be called Elden Ring. The name of the game should be called You Die. Again, and again.
I suppose if you never get good, then yeah, you'll keep dying.
Because that's all you're really going to spend most of your time doing. You're going to die because the game has no easy difficulty. The difficulty spikes when you get to certain bosses. It's so unfair that you find yourself spending 8 hours of your life. So I'd say this game is for somebody who really is looking for a sandbox. They have no family, no friends, no life, and they
What the fuck? Bro, he's about to turn up. He's going in. Oh my god. He's turning up. What is this? No family, no life. God damn.
So I say this game is for somebody who really is looking for a sandbox. They have no family, no friends, no life, and they have literally thousands of hours to grind away.
Why the thousands of hours? Like, I think if you want to beat Elden Ring, you gotta spend minimum 3,000 hours. Like, that's like, if you want to beat it as like more of a speedrun type perspective, right? Minimum of 3,000 hours. This is the game. The thing is, like, to me, right? It's like I played every Souls game. Elden Ring can be the easiest Souls game like ever, besides maybe Dark Souls 1. It's the easiest one if you want it to be. Like, it is. It's the easiest fucking one. This is a game made for people without family. Yeah, you can't have a family of all Elden Ring. Probably. I can't understand why this guy was getting flack.
They have no family, no friends, no life.
Where do you my god! You just well, like, how much? Like, I'm gonna if I'm gonna go fund me to pay money to watch this guy play Elden Ring, I could raise over $10,000. Like, to watch him go live, like a live broadcast with his fucking camera, like we could raise over $10,000 to watch him play this game. Because I guarantee you we would make it worth it. If everybody puts in $10, man. I know, yeah, who put in $10 for this? Ah. I'm gonna be a fucking asshole today.
When you die,
That's what I'm saying.
everything selected. Everything. That means you start over. So leveling up is extremely hard. Sort of the nature of the game and its difficulty level, and it's not fun. There's nothing fun about this game for somebody who is new to the franchise.
Learn more about it. I was more confident in the way that I felt about it. Because, like, I don't fucking understand the way a lot of the game works, right? Because how the fuck, like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. I have no idea what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But the more that you understand it, the more that you get, you know what's going on. And you know, one of those being games about too hard. I mean, everybody be like, you beat any game like that if you're really good at it. That's what I'm saying. From an outsider perspective, you find out of playing the audience, you know, because maybe we're going to say 400 hours into the game. In like 400 hours into the game, not 500 hours. What?
Graphics stuff. Yo, it is
Yeah.
it's like radical shit. I don't understand like who they made this game for, where like you want low frame rates, but that for me that's a massive deal breaker. I'm a massive motion buff.
Criticism. Should that be like the biggest factor in your review? Probably. That's not bad. Let me think. What game had like terrible frame rate? I actually think that the worst thing about PUBG whenever it first came out was the performance. Like the worst thing about and Bloodborne. I think PUBG and Bloodborne. The worst thing about those games is the performance. Not, but I'll give that to you.
most of your time in the open world is spent just like running around, kind of aimlessly. If I'm being honest, it's one of those games like it's so spread out. The map is so big. You just spend a lot of time running around, and it's very open field. It doesn't necessarily have a purpose for being that.
Well, yeah, but you're going to spend a lot of time running around a very open field. What's that? You said it's an open world game? That's crazy. Oh, what's an open world game again?
I'd like there to be a purpose to almost everything. Like everything is interactive. Things like that. It just doesn't feel like that.
The game's very interactable. You can.
Sometimes I'll go to an area on Elden Ring and it's like, oh man, I wish there was like a new cave here, right? Like, it would be cool if they had more of that stuff, but like also, you know, it's like this is the game. Like it is what it is, right? DLC is going to come. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the Coliseum, right? It's the DLC. That's what I'm kind of assuming. But like, we'll see what's going to happen. Possible make. Yeah, it's like there's no way you can make it perfect for everybody. More the same
just
games,
about
yeah.
everything. You can blend
Listen,
into the.
I would love if they just brought out. This is the same thing I said with fucking Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. If Nintendo every year did this shit like Call of Duty, and they're like, guys, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, PS3. I'm like, thank God. So please take my money. Like if they brought out a new one every year, I don't give a shit. Like no innovation again. On the water tickles at the top now. Great. Sounds good. I'm happy.
Scenery around you using a particular item, certain landscapes will actually be destroyed throughout a lot. It's very interactable. It sounds like you haven't played it much.
And I think without spoiling any parts of the story, only is Blockbuster, by the way, I think that would be honest as anyone's going to be about this product. I don't know who they made it
for. Who did they make Elden Ring for? It couldn't possibly be the 12 billion people.
I couldn't speak lowly enough about this game. I don't recommend it. And I think if you're smart, you just play something else.
Good to say about Call of Duty Ghosts and Call of Duty. Okay, so that was pretty terrible.
A lot of people left it. And so did he. He deleted it.
Oh boy. So as you guys know, I did a review on Elden Ring.
As usual, right? Like, say some crazy ass shit. People get pissed off about it. This is why I do this all the time, right? It's like, and then the thing is, like, you're basically, like, it's like, imagine it, it's like two different videos where, like, the first one is you're planting the seed, and then the second video is you're harvesting the crop. And so the first video, you know, the bad Elden Ring video, is that the seed. Now it's harvesting the crop of criticism, right? This is how the plants are actually doing great. I checked earlier this morning. On my shirt. And I didn't want to change the shirt because it's like, who gives a fuck? But like, yeah, I'm actually going to give it a little bit more water. Give it a little bit more water. I think that's about all it needs. It just needs a little bit. I need a lot, give it there. So there we go. And you don't want to give it too much. Okay, I'm just watering the other one too. All right, the other one is not doing as well. The blue pot one is doing very well. The green one is not doing quite as well. I don't know why. I'm after this closer to the sun, maybe? That could be it. Is it getting sun hitting? But when you're getting enough. No, it's doing, guys. It's doing fine.
What if this guy is going to just like why he's doing backlash?
Okay, see, every single Dark Souls fan watching this video right now, using that experience that you learn over in technology brain, you're able to again experience that challenge, but it's not that hard. Or even
Stop hot days.
what's got the last boss?
The game I totally
But you see, something like me, I never played Dark Souls. I don't know the part of it so seriously. That means like, lost credibility because you spoke your mind. Yeah. There's people that are turned off because there's nothing shown and it's hard to point in. That's just the way it goes. Because here's the reality. If there wasn't a legitimate fail piece of things, success case like that, so you have hard fail cases in your hands. And you are going to have people who are frustrated. It's like, yes, this film, I think like 50 examples of like why that was the case. You know, rather than like just like saying it's bad and it sucks because it's bad. The graphics are dog shit.
Are you sure about that?
Or like stuff. You know,
These graphics look like fucking scraps that I quite like that. I wasn't the biggest fan of graphics spot. Same thing. Hopefully you make more, right? There's a difference between like matter of fact, like this animation is broken. I think graphics are bad. I think that it's different language. People,
I don't think it was, to be honest, all of this fucking fans are saying they'll try to say it's okay or have to fix it.
Iron's problem. I played the game despite that. The game was so good.
Games have never had like insanely good graphics on like when you zoom in on the character models with many NPCs, they're not super good. Like they're not super in depth, like massively detailed. Like the fidelity is not there. But it doesn't matter because people don't care. It's good enough.
I
Is
have
it bad?
loved.
Yes. Did it stop me from playing the game? No.
When you look at the gameplay itself, it's not even controlled for a new person just getting in. I don't know how it is for you.
Control that shitty if you're a new person to any game. You have to learn the controls, man. It's not a fucking flight simulator. The controls are hard, bro. There's only so many buttons on the controller. Like, just learn it.
But they, even if you are getting right, you
No,
are.
that's
So
true.
when you game the game, it's so that the way you want it, it takes so much of your life away. That's very frustrating.
Much bigger.
But let me just give you a first one. That one.
It like,
I thought before, I'm trying to unwind, I'm trying to relax. I'm not trying to sit there screaming, fucking yelling at the screen trying to it sucks.
The map was a Model 4 rather.
Totally fair. That is 100% check. He's, he just comes home from work, he's like, whatever, and he doesn't want to have a game that stresses him out and that's really hard. He just wants to go through and do some bullshit. That's totally fucking fun. Like, and there's something going on with our yeah, that's not the kind of movie that
Let's
Ring
go.
is. Because it's like this mentality that, oh, you guys submit it. You guys really sound like abuse victims, right?
oh, you know, look at the game. You're Instagram. Come back to me. The Instagram. I was going to the most nice thing.
I take refuge.
We're in a commercial.
Ну что ж, пойдемте.
The right solution. Blood cutting, no sexual side effects, no risk of urinary incontinence compared to other surgical options.
Relationship, and that's just how it is, man. Just take it on the shit, man. Yeah, it is.
You sound like abuse victims. You like, the kind of thing to say. Oh, what's that? You like a video game? You fucking abuse victim? I wonder what that sounds like. I'm the guy saying people say about WoW too. They say the same exact thing. Abusing me is not for me, and the game is shit. Yeah, I think that's what happens as well. Is that a lot of times people think that the game is bad because like we're simply they like the game is not their kind of game. But it's the same thing like for me. Like I'm trying to think of like review games that are just like not for me, like turn-based games. It's super fucking boring. Like there's a handful of exceptions, but for the most part, I think they're fucking boring. I think board games are fucking boring. I like playing games that I'm playing like constantly popping off, right? Popping off games, etc. There's some other games that I also don't like. I've never been a big fan of League of Legends. I know the League of Legends is great. I really like it, but it's not my thing. It's not my thing. That's all there is to it. But your girlfriend slaps your nutsack at night while you're sleeping, just to fuck with you, because you like Elden Ring.
We shouldn't be saying it's how it is, or we just know that that's how these games are.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone. A game that's not for everyone isn't a game for me.
Okay, then what about people that are blind? Like, it's just what the fuck. It's just like, listen, no, here's what happens. It's like, this is what happens online. It's like, I get it, I get it. It's like the guy who probably has, like, his channels are not, right? And so, like, he has like now like more attention on him than ever. And there's like all these people telling him he's stupid and being rude to him. And like then he just like hunkers down with his own dumb opinion and he like doubles down on it. And then that's it, right? He gets emotional about it. Like that's what happens to people. Like it happens all the time on the internet. And it's not a good thing. It's just like it's the way it goes. Like it's just the way it fucking goes. Right? It's really dumb. And the thing is, people are dumb, but it's like people get too mad about somebody else being dumb. You know what I mean? Like it's like the escalation, the emotional escalation of it. It's not for everyone. It's a game that shouldn't be made, in my opinion. Call of Duty, oh, no, those are gone. That's it. Those are kids. Halo Reach, rated down. It's gone. Really? It's what? No. It's a big sex of it. Sucks. Yeah. That's let's watch our names. I never lost my names. What do you mean? No single product on the planet can be made for everyone. I don't know why people use ultimatum statements like this. It's like it always goes back to the accessibility thing. Like maybe you just don't enjoy this thing and you should get over it. I can live with the knowledge that tampon advertisements don't target me. They don't sell me on tampon. They feel left out of the tampon industry. And that's an industry I want to get into because I'm such a pussy. I want every single thing on the planet to revolve around me. I think that thanks.
Games are supposed to be fun. Transcend the reality that abilities for opportunities. You never ever do the real world without consequence. And be
I still because you can swing your sword around in the world. Yeah, I mean, it's not even amazing. Because I call science sword around. It's really amazing.
accessible to anyone regardless of experience level.
Like when people like this say everything should be made for everyone, it's like okay, so why the fuck do we have a rating system then? Because not every game is made for everyone.
Because the reality is, if it wasn't so ridiculously hard, we have to build it. This would look like a shitty rankings. Marshall's buckets have 6 o'clock, so they can get
What a game. It's nice thing.
a new franchise. I have no idea what it is in it.
The problem about you're new to the franchise, you act like your opinions are far more important than everyone else's. It's like, no, your opinions are less important. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Of course, when you go to the community as a new gamer, you would think, right, as a gamer, you have people being welcoming. I have maybe 5 people who don't know friends. Like, hey man, let's do those bosses together, I'll help you out. Only 5 people. The rest of them were like, oh, you're kind of lost credibility, it's demeaning.
I think the Dark Souls community generally sucks, but it's better than it was. It's gotten better in general. It's true, like I'm playing, I got shit on constantly. Yeah, it's stuff. They constantly talk shit about you. There's gatekeeping about every way you play the game. Yes, I think to some degree he's right with that, but at the same time, I mean, come on. Like, you've got to at least figure out, you've got to at least try to play the games and understand, like, what's good and what's bad about them. But you know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, there's no game that only has good stuff. Like, there are things that are bad about Elden Ring, like I've said before. Like, I wish this was different, I wish that was different, etc., right? But I think that a lot of times people review games because this is really what I like. When I was telling you guys before about like all the people that gave World a review, and you'll see their screenshots and their level 8s. Oh, let's give a review for an MMO. I've been no liking this game. I played it for 4 hours today. Oh,
Well said.
sure, okay. I only have to. The reason why people take it, the reason why people took my number of moral review seriously is because I knew everything about the game, and I played the game constantly. That's why people have my reviews. They want to the game, and not told them that if you like this game, you probably don't have any friends or family. Yeah. Why don't you like me? You piece of shit. You're supposed to like me. Well, how are people still so bad? You don't know that, like, hey, insulting people doesn't make friends. You insult them after you become friends.
Because you're new to a game that's known, by the way, for being incredibly difficult. And it's not the game's fault for not being good. Every single player of all walks of life, they don't care.
They don't care about people. Game is for you. Not every game should be made for everyone. It's a chocolate guy. They're talking to a woman. They're like, so pretty. They're rejected. She's like, look, it's so much. Yeah. Like, how they deal with not being included or not being accepted by people. It's like the girls that'll show their DMs. I'm like, hey, hi, you're beautiful. Hey, you want to talk? Sorry, I have to block you because my girlfriend said so. Sorry, I unblocked you. I broke up with a bitch. Hey, hi. Fuck you, stuck up bitch. If I ever saw you in real life, I'd suck the shit out of you. I fucking hate you and I hope you die. Hey, hi. Hey, you want to talk about Discord sometime? That's the messages these girls get. You see this? That's what he's not nuts. Or a community or someone. It's that like like anyways. I didn't want to be a part of this community. And so they just like self-sabotage.
It's a challenge, and it has to be the players. If every game is fucking easy, and if you aren't one of those players, then you are a scumbag. You will be casual.
At the end of the day, go pick something. At the end of the day, go pick something. I'm still getting paid. Oh, God. The thing is, like, I could see where somebody goes with that, though, right? Because, like, you think about, like, how many times somebody probably told him that, like, after his video. Probably, like, I would assume with the amount of videos that people made about it, probably a lot of people probably told him that. You know what I mean? So, like, he's getting emotional and he's just throwing it back to him, right? In his mind. That's what he thinks. He scraps it as fuck. Yeah, I know, but, like, you see what I'm saying, right? Like, that's how it happens. Like, that's how it happens. And, like people that make it on the internet, and then they escalate it even more, right? And guys, yeah, people get upset, right? When chat knows about LTG, everybody does, right? We shouldn't get emotional. Yeah, but it's hard. It's easy to say that you shouldn't get emotional, but it's hard to not do that. And man's acting like an aggressive toddler. Well, he's going to get attacked by like thousands of people. And it's not a surprise. Yeah, it's not a surprise. I can see why you deleted this video. I can't understand why you posted it in the first place.
New High Hydrating Gloss Stain. Hydrating with shine. 12-hour hydration. Primary. He's everything was the biggest one thing
That's what this does.
I'm not gonna sit here and like talk down to you because I don't enjoy much get the best out of the game. That's
You're on the internet. You're on the internet, Quadrant TV. People are going to not like you.
for your misunderstanding.
Yeah, that's about right. That's what happens. You know, people get so upset. Want to make a video about it? Want to make a script? How to go about it that way? I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's just the way that people do things, man. Like, again, whenever I'm explaining why somebody is doing something, this is not me saying that they're right for doing it. This is just me saying, well, this is why I think that they feel this way because of this situation, right? It's caused this person to feel this way because they've been put in this position. And it's like, yes, obviously nobody should say that. It's bad for saying that, etc. Right? But empathy, no, I try to see things from other people's point of view and listen to what they're saying. I try to what they say, right? In like the travel event, associate other people. Like, yeah, and that's the other thing, right? It's like the escalation. It's like, oh well, you know, it's like you don't have any family if you like this game. And somebody tells him to kill himself, and he tells them to kill themselves. It's like, oh, it's just like it's just like I just oh my god, like I don't even want to debate whether like who's right and who's wrong. Like it's just so tiresome. It's so tiresome. Like I don't. I don't want to. Yeah, no one rants. It's just so obnoxious.
And it's but hopefully by explaining this to you, I can maybe smooth out your aggression of your backlash. Yeah, nothing against you. It's not a personal attack. At the end of the day, those things out there. Like it's not a personal attack. I can say that your X, Y, and Z don't run the video game I like. I'm going to run that into it. At the end of the day, those things out there. It's a fucking game, and at the end of the day,
I don't know about that.
at the end of the day, those things out there. I don't recommend it. People who bought that game, frankly, likes the channel. But for most people, it's not recommended. And that's really
Okay, that's terrible.
all right. Start with it. I was afraid to be purchased at places like Amazon and really most online retailers.
Okay.
That's the silver lining. And the best thing about this game,
He made a part 3 video on TikTok.
what I'll say,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why would you do it? Like it's like you just can't stop. The thing is like this is one thing I've learned is that I used to always try. Okay, so let me give you an example. So one time, New World DMCA'd somebody's video, and everybody thought that it was because the person made an exploit guide for New World. And I made a video and I talked about it. And it came out that New World did not do that on purpose. It was a mistake, and they meant to DMCA the ad. And whichever boomer that reviewed the fucking video thought the ad was part of the video, right? Because ads showed up through Google AdSense, right? It overlaid onto the video, right? And so I go back and I deleted the video because it wasn't true. It was just making, it was just shitting on them for no reason. And so I deleted the video. I said, well, this is not what they did. They responded to it. And this is what the problem is, right? And so everybody, whenever I made the second video, was like, wow. So what was it? How much? How much did they give you to say this? How much did they give you? And like line 10, right? And that's what it was. They got so mad. They're like, did Jeff say he was going to take you to space next time? Or are they going to give you a new item? Like, are they going to give you a Mal the New World? Like, how much was it? Like, you're going to, do this stuff. And like, so because I deleted the video that was misinformation, I'm getting hate because the misinformation they agreed with. So that's what it was. And people got really mad about this. And so I made a video responding and, explaining why I did it. I felt like a lot of times. So it's like, like basically my argumentation was like, how many times have you guys seen a tweet or like a tweet puts out a news story it's false, and then the tweet gets 30,000 likes, and then the correction that says that what was said initially isn't true gets like 1,000 likes. And then they leave the original story out to continue collecting ad revenue. So I didn't like it. And so I deleted the video because I thought that it was irresponsible to do this, right? And so I deleted the video.
And then again, they were like, "Wow, I can't believe you're pro censorship. You're going to censor yourself just to help Amazon, even though Amazon did this on purpose." We know it. How do you know it? Because they did it on purpose. That's why. Why would they do it if they didn't do it on purpose, right? And so they got really mad at it. And so I thought about making a second video responding to them. But then I realized that you're not going to reason a person out of a position they didn't reason themselves into. And also, there are some people, next time don't delete the video. I don't know, next time I probably will. It depends on what it is. I didn't make the right, I didn't make it. By the way, this is not me, like, I've already decided that's the Destiny quote. No, it's older than probably me and Destiny, to be honest. Like, it's not my quote either. But I don't delete misinformation. Yeah. This is what the world needs because people don't like Amazon. They don't like Uber, and so they're okay with misinformation about it because they think the misinformation makes something look bad. They don't like it, and like that's the way it is. Don't delete the video unless they make it retracted video. No, I know how to handle. Guys, I know how to handle it. I think this is the best way to handle it. But like I think we did delist it actually. Yeah, I think we did delist it. Yeah, we delisted the video and then we posted a retraction. That's pretty much what we did. Yeah, and so and again, like, and I didn't try to like argue with people anymore about this because like they make another video about it because like everybody had already made up their mind.
That's the best part of taxing the whole 5 days. I don't want credit card. Powered by TurboTax. Get the hard money you've been waiting for. ASAP. Start finally today on credit card. Yeah. Hey, it proves that the game's terrible.
Oh, he's gonna prove it. Prove it.
But essentially, it all resorts back to the same thing. You do not need an easy mode, or any kind of easier mode, or even a normal difficulty option. You don't screw difficulty options altogether. The game is designed to be ultra hard, ultra challenging. That's the purpose of the game. If you give it a difficulty option, all you're doing is destroying the game. There's no point in playing. You know what that means, guys? That means this is a dumpster fire. Just toss it in the trash.
I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to point to this video I did about difficulty options in both games, but I'm gonna continue doing it. Well, I haven't watched that. We should watch that one day. We're not gonna watch it today, but we should watch that maybe like tomorrow or the next day. Yeah, I think that'd be good. You did? Yeah, I think I did. Pretty sure I did once. Games can be made with multiple difficulty options in mind, or only one. It's up to the developer's intent. Yeah, I don't see anybody talking shit about the original Super Mario Brothers. You move and jump. 2 buttons and a D-pad. It doesn't get much more accessible than that. But oh no, the original Super Mario Brothers doesn't have a difficulty option. It's so inaccessible to me. I can't play this. It's trash. Throw it in the trash.
Let's talk graphics. The game was delayed 4 years, right?
It was delayed for 4 years. I think it's raising an eyebrow for that one. It got announced 4 years. Actually, the game was only delayed for a month.
So that was a fucking lie.
This game doesn't really break the mold.
I thought they delayed it. I thought they had delayed it before that. Yeah, I thought that they had delayed it even before that. Or did they just didn't? Oh, so it's just like it didn't happen. Okay, yeah. Only one time.
It absolutely does, because From Software has successfully taken their more linear, closed areas and transitioned that formula to an open world seamlessly, better than most other current open world games today. It absolutely succeeds and excels as an open world title.
There are no cutscenes that like radically adapt and break the mold, while also offering a super challenging experience.
Oh, go ahead.
The game has a toxic player base.
This is where they always go. They flame the player base and then get flack and they're like, well, this is evidence that they're toxic. I just told this fan base that the only reason you like this game is because you don't have friends or family.
No, I do think that the Dark Souls player base can be toxic. I vaguely agree with this. Especially to new players, they constantly shit on you. It's really, really bad. Like, I am not a fan at all. The gatekeeping, It was super fucking toxic. Like, I played the game, I played all of the Dark Souls games, and I remember whenever I first started playing it, it was the most unpleasant experience I had ever had. They'll tell you where to go, and then you go to the wrong place, they get mad at you because they told you the wrong place to go. They call you stupid for not knowing that it was the wrong place. I hate it.
Whoever better.
The game has a like toxic player space.
Outside is your little blue car.
Are like
Is that you want me to show that?
She didn't yell and she was like, wow. She said it looked like Joy from Inside Out.
That's what I was saying.
Well, like, what I
I
love about
wouldn't.
this
I wanted it to look more periwinkle, but there's some spots like. Sorry.
like immediately.
Like you see some little like light green spots.
Mhm.
Like that's how I wanted it.
It's like drinking blood. Like, oh my god, your experience that these
Hang
people
on.
had
Let me move
something
my
to
troops
do
in
with
on this bitch right here.
I'm afraid
I'm
to.
always gonna have a problem with Catherine. Fuck Catherine.
Who's Catherine? Where is she from?
I don't know.
my opinion. In addition to the fact that when approached by
Forget.
what they call
I think Russian.
Okay. It looks like the Peter and the whatever's others from 6-6.
Well, the colors belong. Oh yeah, so the colors belong to the leader. So
who could ever be
the review talking points, they call it fair use.
Plenty of the
yeah, true. What's from? Download videos off YouTube. It's not illegal.
They don't care how much of the video they're using. They completely ignore the four factors of fair use, use and publicly broadcast it on YouTube.
I don't know how someone could research fair use so much and still not understand what it is. You can critique someone's points and reviews. It's the whole fucking point of fair use. Why don't
Nobody knows what fair use is because it's illegal. It's not something that you could just claim proactively. You have to claim fair use in court. Like I don't understand. Like the fair use arguments are just so fucking dumb, man. It gives me a headache. It's obtuse on purpose. Yeah, how the ones to make money? It's not.
like a movie? I need to be able to show clips of the movie that I don't like. And if I don't like your video, I should be able to show clips of your video that I don't like. It's fair use. So this guy that's like arguing copyright law in his Elden Ring review, he's become so detached from the actual game. And the problem is that he's just going.
It's like, yeah, nobody's not even talking about the game. Like, this is, like, we transcended the game halfway through the second video.
and then my turn's not over. Well, I'm in war. And unpack all my soldiers. Look. Oh, look at that. Look at her beg. Look at her beg. But she gives me nothing. No arms, no legs, no
Quick click for
sacrifice.
263-inch diagonal LED video wall installed in under 1 hour. The world's first. Doing the video.
Prefer to kill. Maybe I should have asked her.
Right by her.
Take this one
No need for
as a peace treaty. Take Kame and then move in after.
No program.
Oh, I can't play. I can't wait to do this online. This is almost like chess.
Wall. Or 136 inches video wall. Only at quick click LED.com. Simple, fast, and
You bring me the other monster, and I'll be done by then. I feel like that monster hunt or the the brat dolls dancing. I don't remember. Yeah, the dancing brats in the fucking movie.
Oh, this tier of gamer YouTubers, I'm going to put them down to you because my penis is like 10 times smaller than yours. Sorry. You see, put a lot of emphasis on the validity of people's arguments based on the subscriber count. How many subs do I have again?
Over the years, I've had to learn the hard way.
As you can see that.
That's how much pussy. Can someone put it under the fucking AC?
You?
No.
Like someone? What the fuck you mean someone? You? But you're the only motherfucker that was touching it. You. As you can see, as I'm almost done with that first monster. It's warm as hell in here. What you mean you're cold? Find your own battery. It was by your foot. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, I did. It was right in front of me. I had to pee. Hey, back up.
28 minutes. This is as long as a movie. The decline of gaming, 1
If you
hour.
had to pee,
Why is
you
all
wouldn't be a flush toilet and then need to take your headphone out.
This is a
You just shart yourself. But no, you gotta shart.
And he has genuinely good.
Obviously, you're just shitting yourself.
Encouraged, not censored, right?
Yeah, that's not what that one says.
Let me say that again. All the negative press you see on the
Yeah, no.
Game is trash. Unity is trash. Outside of the club, ultimately speaking, the game is like literally a 0 out of a 10. I could not possibly rate it the worst score.
You fucking fight me some more.
Bad frame rates, bad community, toxic death mentality.
If you don't know how to shit right,
no engaging story, unreasonable.
you're sharting yourself. Yo, you don't even have to lie to me like that. The fact that I can hear like the little drips and stuff dropping is disgusting.
Because like, what the fuck does this mean?
Why are you shorting yourself?
Like, what the fuck does no game-changing next-gen fun mean?
Obliterated true.
My first An American has the right to shit in peace. So. And I wasn't. I was just and being fucking weird. You're sounding like DJ Academic.
Oh, hell no.
Then shut up.
No.
Okay, DJ Academics.
No.
Weird, bro. You're being weird, bro.
Oh, you're weird. You're weird.
Shut up. No. Go sit down and be quiet, and then maybe they'll do it. I don't have time for this. Oh, I know. I said, wait. If you can shut the hell up and sit down and be quiet, you got 1 more hour if you don't shut up. Oh,
Top 1% player. I've done many of them. And it's like, yeah, you shouldn't have to be like perfect in the game to be able to say you don't like it. But you should at least try. Yeah, you should at least fucking try. Listen to blah, 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 blah.
No real champion. Just bare minimum. When real next gen games come out, you'll be a footnote in a couple of months. Nobody will even talk about this game. Ever even mention it.
I can't wait for the next Gran Turismo. Like, you know, it's going to be so crazy. Like, Elden Ring, who cares? Guys, FIFA 2024 is going to come out. Yeah, it's going to be FIFA 2024. Bro, like, and then there's going to be a new Madden. Oh my God, bro, like, that's going to be lit.
Great generation. And the next generation cycle is said and done. Don't forget it, and remember I said it on this day, because these are hard facts that nobody's going to spit. So,
Hey everybody, we are the Fray, and these are our marquee members. In 2011, we got asked to open for YouTube. We learned so much from them, and this was during their 360 tour, so it's like massive stadium, like the production was taller than the stadium. That's
You serious? Yeah, so my advice is if you're reviewing a game, keep it about the game and don't just like go out of your way to flame the audience. Maybe try to come in here like, hey, I don't really know so much about these games. This is how it appears for me. These are the problems.
hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. This is a serious video. In the span of 3 years, David Dobrik went from YouTube's golden child to a kind of cautionary tale of internet things going wrong.
so sorry. Really left. I don't think that, but a lot of people watching.
Today, we're talking about David Dobrik and all the crazy shit that's happened, how he came back. Now he's just really jacked. What a plot twist. We're going to start from the very beginning. I used to watch a lot of David Dobrik's videos. Short little long movies, and he's little long squad. I am but all that, you know, it's crazy. Watching Shiro Dreams of Sushi as well on my computer screen, and I have my phone. We can go back to really understand the situation with it. He was eating for a while on TikTok. This shit is so wild. There's something there's to it. It's sad. It's really sad. The whole thing is.
Hurry up.
So it's weird.
Then why'd you ask? Then why'd you ask? Yeah. You looking goofy. Caught you brown-handed.
His family in the United States when he was 5 years old. David's early life would be marked by sensitivity, shyness, average European stuff. His mother, Christina, described him as a child who would cry before preschool, learned watching others play with his toys instead of himself playing. That's kind of weird. Is that normal? If I had a kid and he was just like watching other people play with his toys, I'd be like, shoot, that's weird. But I get it because he's like the voyeur. He's like the vlog squad. He films everybody and stuff. At the age of 16, Dobrik was introduced to Vine through his friend Natalie. He observed other creators who found success and very large spoons from people like King Bach and Nash Greer, who were making a lot of money on Vine and relocating to amazing cities like Los Angeles. He got his first brand deal. It was $50. It was a to-do list app called Do. He celebrated that small victory with his friends in Buffalo Wild Wings, and eventually he became extremely famous. That was after Vine collapsed in 2017. He had a slightly established presence on YouTube, started vlogging, and my lord, it blew up. Vine was so popular, and so many people had careers just because of Vine. I wish I would have started posting on Vine. Dude. I posted some stupid shit on Vine, like really stupid shit. Like I would just video my cat, and I would play Inya over it. I'd be like, "Cat's funny. That's so funny." And I just didn't understand why nobody liked it. And then I would go and I would make Minecraft mods. I was making Minecraft. David developed a signature 4-minute and 20-second long vlog format that was his catalyst in his rise to prominence. It was genius and encouraged binge watching. The videos were short. It's long enough to where it's like, okay, this is good watch time. YouTube's going to promote it, but also just short enough to where you want to watch more. Plus, he collaborated with Liza Koshy, who I haven't heard about it.
I gotta ask myself, you gonna be my friend or my foe?
Oh, I wish I could change the colors on Harriet Tubman.
With the capsule of the vlog format, he also vlogs a rotating group of content creators that include personalities such as Notorious Ebecker, Jason Nash, Toddy Smith, Keith Hussar, and Josh Beck from Jake and Josh. I mean, really though, the Vlog Squad was genius. It was very entertaining, dramatic content. Not give stuff away. It was unique, fun, and lots of people loved it for a very long time until the excavator hits it. In June of 2020, the squad gathered at a shallow lake for what was intended to be yet another epic iteration with the gang. Another vlog squad vlog. Debit operating an excavator without being forklift certified, allegedly. Swung his friends on a rope above the water, and it seemed fun. He was having machinery throw people around. It's so funny, man. I don't know why you would ever do this with heavy machinery. There's been plenty of safety videos, even ones as far back as the 80s, about heavy machinery, hydraulics, etc. Unpredictable, dangerous. That dumbass. This fellow, Jeff White, you've probably seen him around. He has this awesome barbershop podcast series. It's really entertaining and really interesting. He had his turn in the video, and things went horribly wrong. David did a podcast with Jason Nash later talking about it, and Jeff would react to it with his own inputs because he was the one actually involved.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to pass it.
He said he wants to.
Also, Daddy was eating those chips with his sandwiches, and at first he was like, I don't really like the spice, but I like the flavor that like it has. I was like,
I think I got a give with a lot of it, and I just did not like it.
it's okay.
You better take these before I take that one. Because I didn't like it.
Daddy,
At first I was eating them, but then then take the batter.
Oh, I thought you were gonna eat it real
By
quick.
machinery ever since I was a small child, being around farmers and stuff. But yeah, very stupid.
This music is
The impact was catastrophic.
all baby.
Multiple traumatic injuries, the stall was shattered.
I hope the music doesn't get me clean.
His eye socket was severely damaged. Medical professionals even later noted.
See, I wish they would have had this music for Civ 6.
Traumatic brain injuries, they're like the recovery process. I mean, you think you'd be able to heal, but you just can't. You just can't.
Yeah, Civ 6 music kind of made me tired.
Surgeries have been performed out of a proposed 9, even as recently as December 2024. He underwent another surgery that would, hopefully restore your vision.
Will you just go down?
Life is never the same. Jeff also examined Punnett to have his brain scan to see exactly how the injury affected him. Dr. Amon, the founder of the clinic, scored his brain a 4 out of 10 due to several areas of his brain showing abnormal activity. Dr. Amon tells Jeff that he 100% has brain damage.
really healthy. That's good news for us. That's the most important part. But the most important part. The most important part. His prefrontal cortex has a low blood flow. That is the part of the brain that controls the planning, judgment, organization, and the ability to learn from your mistakes. Basically, the human part of your brain, his limbic system, has too much anxiety, and that is the portion of your brain that regulates emotions and can lead to experiencing low moods or anxiety. And Jeff's brain is also bumpy, all from an exposure to toxins. Maybe something different, I'm not sure. But you see your brain is. You have to protect your head, man. Concussions, haha, it's so funny. Running, but I hit my head, oh crap. You have to take care of your brain. There's no going back. You will never be the same. You will change. I feel so much for Jeff, especially because of, the context of what happened. Like, as a YouTuber, God, that would weigh so much energy on me every single day. Or I would have to live with Jeff and just be like, you all right, Jeff? Every fucking day and help him. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I'm the victim here. What's interesting to me is that initially Wick protected Dobrik and sort of deflected questions about the accident. In one video on Jeff's channel, you can tell that a section talking about how Jeff had cracked his face open. It was edited to link into a conversation about skydiving. It wasn't until April 2021 Jeff released a documentary called "Do Not Try This at Home" or "Don't Try This at Home." That's the actual thing of it. And in that, he revealed the full extent of his accident. He said that it pressured him into participating in the stunt repeatedly, and that's not good. David's initial response was just weird.
Really need reliable cell service.
He said that what happened to Jeff is the worst thing that ever happened to him. Shut up. That's just so, like, out of touch Hollywood dumbass shit that we're never happened to me. Sure. All right. A lack of accountability. Classic lack of accountability. Victim mentality. I don't even know, dude. David even screamed for his DMs with Jeff while Jeff was in the hospital. 2 hours after the accident, showing that he was prioritizing protecting himself rather than prioritizing the welfare of his friend that he almost just murdered. I'm sorry, manslaughter. Manslaughter. That's the right word. He didn't continue to say that it was Jeff's idea, and he was no David promised not to say so. I still blame the cat.
But
Yeah, it's because I can promise that no one. That's not a big deal. That's the problem.
I'm trying to understand his perspective, and I get it. Like I get he's trying to kind of explain himself. He's trying to seem like it's not so bad. He's talking about he's being honest, or he's trying to be honest. I guess it just seems just so dumb and so stupid. Like, why are you saying this, man? You can't just say, "Hey, man, I'm really sorry." Irreparably destroying your brain. Like, you just can't say that. He doesn't say that. He never said that. It's really weird. The Club Squad crumbled very quickly after this. There was a domino effect, a brand exodus. Business Insider published an expose detailing some allegations against Dom, an early member of the Club Squad. Dude's a massive piece of shit and was doing things that were horrible in and around filming videos for David Dobrik's channel. David lost a bunch of sponsors. Obviously, he had a partnership with like DoorDash, Esports. This guy's like as mainstream as it gets. Even like the classic David Dobrik sponsor suspended the relationship. They cited the need to review internal discussions. Hubert's thing dispo failed. He pulled out, resigned from the company's board. His YouTube channels were demonetized because he already had a bunch of copyrighted music in it anyway, so they weren't really big sources of revenue. So there's a bunch of pressure, and David releases a series of apology videos. It's not really possible to win with making an apology. You can be honest, I guess. The comments did not think he was very sincere. This is in regard to the Dom stuff. And yeah, thus concludes the vlog squad pretty much. No videos for a really, really, really long time. Vlog squads and shambles. We see Jason Nash, once a prominent figure, dancing around, selling himself out, holding himself out, doing anything he possibly can to maintain himself in David's good graces. He had like, I don't even know if it was a fall from grace, but it's just sad. Jason Nash was apparently earning like 35 grand a month on YouTube and was poised to make a lot more money because he had a podcast with David Dobrik. When David decided to not do stuff anymore, Jason Nash's income stream completely evaporated, and then he resorted to begging on TikTok. Double tap, come on, guys. Let's get it done. This whole thing makes David look like a dickhead as well. This guy is so right about it. This guy is as loyal as possible. For money, for what, doesn't matter. Jason Nash is a David Dobrik laser and always has been massive, of course. He just didn't give him any money or anything like that. He just left, hey, use a couple $1,000, then you can pay your mortgage or something. No. Advance yourself on TikTok, adult man. After David began his break, some stuff still happened. Jeff filed a lawsuit. David launched Brick's Pizza. That was in November of 2022. So, on Snapchat all the time, posting shit every single day. He just left YouTube, went full more on Snapchat, and got super jacked. I guess he prioritizes his business. He just came back and released this in this amazing video. I mean, he looks great. Yeah. I just think I watch rich people, David Dobrik, little rich people, aren't just all great shape. Just pay someone to cook for you. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to do it. Like, you can just have a personal trainer who has for you to work out and pay someone to cook for you. There's no excuse to not just be the healthiest possible human being you can. If I had a lot of money, I would be. I lose a lot. I'm more of a losing money kind of guy. More than I am of making money. He looks really normal, though. Yeah, looks like a really normal guy. Just a normal guy. He's not even like obese. He just looks like a normal ass dude who doesn't work out. How gross. So 2025, David Dobrik's going to be making videos again, it seems like. And now he's a completely new person. He's not a normal guy who completely fucked over one of his friends and left him in the dust, left a lot of his friends completely in the dust, including Jason Nash. Now he's a different guy. No longer is he a gross piece of shit. He's a jacked, amazing guy. And you can see from the video over the last couple of years, this is content from the last few years, his life is stable. He's been traveling. Nothing negative has affected him in any way. So yeah, the public reaction, very interesting. I've got to say, I think it's cool. I thought it was cool to see somebody making a change. Like, oh, that's awesome. He must be a new person now. And then you have to remember, I'm an idiot. Right? I'm stupid. And then I start thinking about stuff. Luckily, I have this thing where I'll react to something, and I'm like, oh, the academic, like. And then my prefrontal cortex can express TV judge yours is not mine. Or whatever. And I'll be like, well, maybe there's more to this. Maybe he has more. You know, I'm a content creator. I feel like he should probably be held accountable. If I did this to my friends, I'm going to get jacked. I would feel bad for the rest of my entire life. Like I said, I would move in with my friend, and I would be like, are you all right? I would make food. I would cook for him. I would rub him. You know, I'd be like, I feel so.
No, no. People seem to love it. Brother casually brought the toughest vlog out of anyone in the last 3 years. That's true. Vlogs are getting irrelevant, to be real with you. That what it was the whole vlog squad vlog. It has returned for sure. Meet Canyon's animation came out. It was really good. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I see you lost some weight. That's cool. I mean, I learned one thing. Avoiding accountability as a YouTuber is a great way to become a Canadian monster. That's happened a few times. So yeah, there's plenty of victims in all this stuff, and the main one seems to be in regard to David Dobrik. Jet Li. There's also this strange documentary that Casey Neistat made with David Dobrik, and they've been talking about that lately, and I really don't know what that's about. Nor do I really care. I just hope Jet's all right. Like David, whatever, and entertainment, whatever. Man, that just there's a big, huge, objectively bad thing looming over you. It's really it's kind of funny. It is actually objectively funny. It's not kind of funny. It is a hilarious thing. That guy thinks that everything will be okay if you get jacked. That's what it seems like, at least, because he's poor at communication. Anyways, thanks for watching. Go watch my second channel on the TV. Go watch my game development channel, Ooooowwweeeee, and also go ahead and buy some candy at sour.gg, my friends. I will talk to you in the next one. That's not my honestly forgot what we were doing. That's not my problem. It seems like I'm a good actor. I just need this lane been here the whole time. It's like a little cinnamon action, but that's a wrap. Weekend, not a wrap, not a weekend. Hey, Timothy, you got a case of the Mondays today? If you do, well, thanks. I'll chill. Chill wherever you want. We were supposed to shoot. It's not my problem. Yes. Great. Oh, yeah. Being a British person, I'm Alex, and also commentary YouTuber has fallen into classic blunders of a YouTuber, a drama channel, of course, into drama, or whatever. I don't know. Here's why Alex has been on the scene for quite a while. Alex, and welcome back to the video. Today's video is my channel was really small and terrible and shitty and horrible, and the smell that stuff came crazy. I had to pay 6 months. And I would watch all the British guys like Neilus and Willie and I'm Alex and be like, I wish I was them. Wow. So, wow. Now, who I am, to talk shit about Willie or Neilus, I don't know anything about that, but Alex was in that group. And in spite of my jovial persona, this story is not something that's just fun little drama, fun little games, drama. Some guy slips up, says something really bad. Oh, no, no, this is way worse. The whole situation is very serious and disturbing. I'll not sure against the world with a brain. Shut. It's incredibly disturbing and bizarre and unexpected, in all honesty. Very unexpected for me. Not a huge consumer of British people content. Digging for this video, we found that Alex has had some controversies in the past.
Yeah.
Anywhere centered around him or really anywhere nearly as bad. It's always been an outlier, like a celestial body. It's
Facebook people now, after all this stuff has come out, have viewed him as someone who doesn't really add anything to the situation, or just makes the situation worse. But this time, however, it's in the spotlight, guys. He's finally the man, the big man. It's not good. And it seems his ex-girlfriend has exposed him for who he really is. A clip of him in a Discord call went viral, and it's violent, and it's disturbing, and his verbiage is weird, and I don't know what is wrong with this guy, why you would turn your 4K streaming setup on to yell at your girlfriend and threaten her and stuff and harass her and be really absurdly mean. But that's a bizarre move, TBH. Now there are plenty of people online now, especially that don't like Alex, myself included. I'm part of that camp. I'm proud to say, right, guys? It seems now that that's sort of neglected. There's no one really signing. All of his friends have distanced themselves from it. There's been so many British people messages that I've been seeing on Twitter and Instagram, and it's like, oh, well, that's good. I'm glad no one's defending him because it's like there's video on it. Can't just right. Is that why you decided to go on the normally it's just like a text or something that you could fake, but now he turned his 4K streaming setup on to cancel himself. Seems like he was intentional, but I don't think it was. He's got a bizarre case of hubris here. So what is I'm Alex, and what exactly did he do? Because when this type of thing happens, it's important to understand all the context. You guys want to not hear me yap for a while? Then go watch another channel. Okay? But if you want to hear me yap, step in. Ordinary not to enact 1776. Again, 1776. Welcome once again. If you brought a on firearms. So who's this guy and what exactly did he do? Alex Emsley, aka is a British YouTuber and online personality known for his drama commentary and YouTube commentary stuff. He currently sits at 2 million subscribers on his main YouTube channel, and I'm Alex has been posting commentary videos since way back in 2016, and the height of his success was in 2019 and 2020. I was in the band. 2019. I do shit for the season. I wanted to know if you flying wrong number. I would make time. I was like, oh my god, I wish I was that guy. I really wish, not him specifically, but I used to just wish I was other people all the time. Is that bad? Feelings like that. Now I don't do that. It's not because I'm massively rich or anything. It's just because I think I'm just older. Stuff like this keeps happening. I'm like, oh, seems like it ain't all that chips. I'd rather just act. With my own world. This guy's got a lot of popular videos, though. Super popular video. Look at this. I mean, there's a lot of popular videos. Look at all this shit. Look at my. Everybody go by. His most popular videos include watching some TLC shows, 90 Day. Now, you might be looking at that title and thinking, there's still a possibility. I know
That's mine.
that's why you're the aim.
I got paid. I got some church money. It's just about
Your ID
You're long enough.
the liquor store. They take it.
You gotta have Granny take you?
Thank you guys for being so
Are you for real right now?
Also, since it's million subs. He's done similar content to Alex. I don't know if they're still friends.
All right, so when I go get me cigarettes,
No, you don't need to.
why was I gonna go get cigarettes?
Oh, you don't need
Which
to.
ones?
If you haven't gathered by now, James and
What's
Don't worry
cigarettes?
about that right now, because you can't get them right now.
I'm like,
Don't worry about it right now.
If she break up, if he just literally went through Forest by the point, and she throws out the sky. He's talking about toxic masculinity. I don't think it's any more toxic anything until you're vegan. Right? It really raises the stakes.
it was never as popular in British as well, so it's like double whammy of else. Oh, dude, you're drinking gunpowder? Oh. His style of content hasn't really changed over his career. It's very most of his shows. I still got his mask on. It's not quite crazy on my personalities in the line.
Side note, this is actually really creepyistic though. What is this one? It's a fact. That's great.
TikToks as well. I cannot control my anger. So don't tell me to try to control my anger.
You know, wow.
$1,000 and $1,000 on mainly for this benefit. You get a second channel where every single it's one of those channels where every single thumbnail is the same reaction base. It's kind of funny. I don't know if people do that. Sometimes I can make a second channel. Sometimes. I don't know if we do it anymore. I'm Alex has also done some music on the side as a meme. He has a rap name called Little Revenue, and some of his most popular songs include 10 Minutes, the song about his videos not being monetized because they're not 10 minutes long. Get it? The threshold for earning revenue, long from revenue. Yeah. Pretty great stuff. I like it. Wish I ever wrote that. Just kidding. Just kidding. But I don't do that. Also, yes, that song is 10 minutes long. I'm Alex, despite his relatively low profile, has been a bit of a controversial for quite some time online. Now, in 2017, I'm Alex was involved in a different dramatic situation. Back in 2017, the British teamed up with the Americans to accuse a Canadian commentary YouTuber known as Zaptai of being a pedo and a sociopath based on his behavior, which is classic YouTuber behavior. In February of 2017, I'm Alex and others talked about how Zaptai cheated on his wife by having an S-word with his fans, and that he didn't know the three of them for years. It's over the last few months has been going from really bullshit, a lot of shit. Issues. You know, I was at from one of the reasons why I became best friends because I knew about stuff that was going on in his life when he didn't know that I knew. It's kind of sad, but I feel like this is one of the best ways for how criminal really included by this is just Alex then made the claim that Zappai was a diagnosed sociopath, and his evidence for the claim was Alex said he was Zappai's best friend. Ed told me like 5 days ago now that he was a diagnosed sociopath. So Ed told me 2 days later on Twitter, a person by the name of Separate released a tweet on her saying that Zaptai was having sexual conversations with her when she was 16 and he was 20 years old. Zaptai would apologize and people seemed to accept his apology at the time. However, he deleted his channel shortly after. So, yeah, probably that's not good. At the time, I'm Alex would come out and fully support Separate though, but it would all backfire for him because it turns out that Alex had twisted Zaptai's words to say that he was a sociopath when he made a joke to him about having antisocial personality disorder, which is like not the same thing. So, look, you know, let's start to
going wrong for Alex. Furthermore, it seemed like Alex's claims of being used for views were bogus because when asked, he could never really tell in a specific instance in which he was being used for views by that time. So, one of those things, man. It seems like most people at the time were starting to catch on to the fact that Alex was making false claims and just blowing the situation out of proportion. Tricky Tom made a video about this situation and even called out the discrepancies in the allegation. That's a heavy allegation to throw at somebody. That is, like, you got to be really sure about that one.
Not to mention, the agent had sent in the state where Heather resided. She lost it.
We go to battle again, huh? Oh, you want me to take her out the game?
I personally would say it is not okay. Probably living involved in child still launching herself online. I'll deserve to be criticized. Or while no one is.
I don't have any troops there, but I do have boats. I have a boat.
Looking for the perfect way to bond your person. And this side by side. Beautifully compared to
It's irredeemable? I would say no. It seemed like this whole situation, way back in 2017, when David Chance was online a little bit, it would be labeled sort of as a snake online. This was the beginning of him being labeled as a snake in the commentary community. And he really, fought that point home repeatedly after this point. It's just the beginning. To be clear, I've seen it before. I've never been a snake. I've spoken to him one time in TFC that he liked my videos that I was making, and I said I appreciate doing these all the conversations I've ever had with Alex. Maybe he tweeted at me once or twice. I really don't remember. But yeah, so like truly, this was me trying to be as unbiased as possible. I was not a part of that commentary community yet. Once again, now, it would be long for Alex to get into more controversy in the commentary community specifically. In June of 2019, a YouTuber by the name of Slazo was canceled for many reasons. There was a large controversy surrounding the man's channel when at one point his ex-girlfriend came out with a tweet letter saying that Slazo was sexually and emotionally abusive. I'm Alex. If you hadn't guessed by now, would come up in support of Shay, the person who was alleging that Slazo was a POS. However, Slazo came out with evidence that supposedly showed Shay is lying.
It says that I got touchy feeling in the past, and I wanted to vent for this while she was crying, asking me to stop. This makes me sound like a monster, and if it didn't happen, I would be a monster. But this isn't how it happened. What did happen was this was a very awkward situation, where she described I she did that of her own volition, and she even mentioned this in Discord messages from after we met up in person. So
Alex staunchly defended the trade position on Twitter, but his tweets are no longer available online. So it was Slazo's response to it, I'm not really sure. I don't know the context for the whole situation. I haven't really got deeply into the whole Slazo thing, but I don't really just see anything. Like, I'm not really sure what exactly happened, but Alex deleted his tweets regardless, staunchly defending Jay in the aftermath of all this, and a bunch of people made videos in the situation and regarding the situation and shit on Alex for staunchly defending what he believed was someone who was assaulted or abused, basically. If you have a narrative, little friend, it's proven to be false. And then a lot of other people in the commentary community were like, yo, it's bullshit, he exonerated himself. So I'm not really sure. What I am sure of is that Alex received so much backlash that he eventually made a public apology on Twitter, which is awesome. He eventually rescinded his support for Shay and admitted that he made a mistake. However, in his apology, he never actually says the words, I'm sorry. And this made a lot of people upset. It seems like he just hates Slazo. Weak apology overall.
No way, she's still alive. She had settlers go out. And she popped up right next to you. Now you gotta do it.
He did what now? What are you talking about right now? He was ostracized a bit from the commentary community, and that makes sense. Right? And to be honest, in a lot of people's minds, he was cemented as a snake at this time and a generally awful person online. Generally. But he is an awful person. I'll explain that here in a bit. Like, we have proof of it. Genuine proof. So a lot of this sort of make it more sense. Look, my foot. It's very sweaty right now. I can't explain why. With the future context we now have, seems like Time Alex is a very egotistical person who likes to put himself at the forefront of controversies, likes to insert himself in a situation in a very biased way. It's like one thing to do so in trying to present facts as accurately as possible and trying to be rational in a situation, but he likes to just do it first, right? And just, hey, I'm a he didn't really seem to garner